Good morning, and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, I introduced my own journey as a backdrop to what's emerging here at the Vitality Project. And I emphasize that for any of us, whether it's me or you, to move beyond shame and stigma, which are both sworn enemies of forward progress and are really sustaining any kind of successful recovery. Well, in order to do that, we need at a minimum biologically, psychologically, and spiritually grounded support. I finished up yesterday by naming the goal of recovery, which in the East is referred to as regaining or restoring our original face before we were born. In the West, we might refer to it as the image of God in us, and how do we restore that? If you've been following the Vitality Project so far, you'll definitely know that I care very deeply here about a truly holistic body, mind, spirit approach. It occurs to me that it was exactly 40 years ago, the spring of 1979, that I completed my bachelor's thesis in psychology and religion at Fresno Pacific University. And it was on this topic of how we need holistic resources in order to find answers for the major problems that we face. I wouldn't have known then, as I wrote that all these years later, all these decades later, that I would be applying that same framework, that same perspective to looking at how we can recover our true and vital selves, especially on the heels of addiction. I'm going to be putting up a post later today where you can actually track down an article that's just released in the magazine, the alumni magazine from Fresno Pacific, that discusses my work there and what's transpired since then. I encourage you to check out the blog post later here in our Facebook site. And it's surely due to this background, both academically and then later my professional background in clinical psychology, where I've become really convinced that any success that we're going to have in recovery is going to require our really being up to date on cutting edge approaches in science. For example, having a clear understanding of what happens to our bodies and brains in active addiction and early recovery. And even though this information by itself may not save us, I do believe good information, whether it's from medicine, psychology, or proven psychological resources, spiritual resources, will definitely give each of us a leg up on our recovery. If the shame and stigma that I talked about in our last conversation paralyzes us, then I really do believe that solid information can free us. The Bible says the truth will set you free. Well, I do believe the truth in terms of the truth about the body, the mind, and the spirit, at a minimum, that these are necessary for us to become free of our addictions and to truly recover who we are. Come back tomorrow as we continue to flesh these ideas out here at the Vitality Project. I appreciate you joining me. Hope you have a great day.